Hi, we're the Trinity of Darkness. I'm Dark Nephtys / Melanie.
And I'm Dark / Jordan. And the last member of the Trinity is Justin, or Dark Armed Dragon. He's not here at the moment, but he'll be back December 16th to film his own introductory video and get the whole Trinity back together. Um, Now, we started this dual team as a way of combining our respective card collections and budgets to benefit all of us so we could um, do better at tournaments and hopefully one day actually manage to get to nationals. That's our overall mission, and we'd love to. We've actually been friends for about 3-4 years now.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and we've actually found that we've all come together around Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's a very strong pillar for us. Justin and I are best friends. I remember I used to play back when I was 9, 8, and I wasn't that serious. I just had some cards here and there, played with my friends, no big deal. Oh, Blue Eyes White Dragon, yada yada yada. But and I quit and got rid of my cards, and I got brought back into the game when I made friends with Justin after I moved here, after I moved to Montgomery County, Maryland. And I became friends with him, and he got me back into it because he had kept playing. And so I got back into it when I was 16. I was wearing Machina gadgets and ice barriers. Yeah, they're like glaciers.
Dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well. But ice barriers were fun. They're not any Tengu plants. They're not that fast. That's for sure. But so we're just trying to work together. That's basically our thing, and we've come together around the dark counterparts as being our kind of team thing. Obviously Dark Samorg, Dark Nephtys, Dark Armed Dragon. Dark Samorg is personally my favorite monster in the entire game. Dark Armed Dragon is Justin's favorite dark monster in the game, and
Well, for me, I just think Dark Nephtys looks just like a black phoenix. I just love the whole idea of a phoenix. So.
you like phoenixes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a big thing for her. But yeah, that's how I got into it. How'd you get into Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, when Yu-Gi-Oh was on the rise, I didn't really know how to play. I just had all of these cards. I had about like 1,000 to 3,000. Rainy day, got bored, had nothing to do, no video games, whatever. And I had moved a few years back. Not all the cards made it through the move. In fact, it's probably still somewhere in a box that we do not know of, or they're burned, wherever the case. But I found about like 500 of what was left over. Went through the cards. Went to Jordan and Justin because I knew they dueled a lot, and they found a bunch of rare cards. And they basically helped me get into dueling because we saw a bunch of cards, and then we were able to make decks out of those cards for themselves, or at least add on to their own decks. And then they basically offered to help me make a deck, and that's basically how I got into it.
Yeah, if I recall, you started off with a Plant Madness deck. She's a very big fan of plants, not necessarily the overpowered fast, Tengu, Spore, Blow Up Bulb, Plant Synchro Madness. She's not, that's not her style. Now, my style, I like speed. I don't like. I remember I ran 6 AMs. Back before this ban list. They were overpowered. Yeah, I know they were overpowered, and everybody played Sams, and I played Sams. So yeah, I'm gonna admit to it. But I enjoy decks that I understand and can work with. I like synchro decks. I also like XYZ decks. And I do appreciate fusions. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting for International 5 to come out so I can get started working on the Gen Knights. I have been working on them since God said let, pretty much. The only thing that's holding me back at the moment is I don't have access to 3 Rescue Rabbits. And I want to do a normal Gem Knight deck using Rescue Rabbits, and that's very integral. I have just about everything else I need, everything else I can afford, but, Rescue Rabbits are, what, $120, $150 each. I need 3. I need a playset. So that's going to be a little bit out of my league. So I got to find a way around that. But once I can do that, I'll probably have to run Gem Knight Alexandrite, some piece of crap like that. But once we get that started, I want to get that done. But so I can appreciate all different kinds of decks, synchros, fusions. The overall objective of most decks. I just like to win. That's my thing. 6 Ams, I felt like were cheap. They were. Everyone said they were overpowered. Everyone knew they were overpowered. Konami knew they were overpowered. They finally banned them and really hurt them a lot. So they're definitely gonna be cut down. Hopefully, I really hope that they hit Archwood Krista for fairies. Since they managed to get rid of oral oppression, and that pretty much was for everybody. Now just fairies have Krista, and I really hope that they hit Not Dandelion. I love Dandy, but Glow Up Bulb needs to go. That's too many decks. And putting Judgment Dragon at 3, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Not necessarily broken. I mean, sure, you brought back an entire archetype with that, and that's nice, but fuck.
Pain.
Yeah, it is. So how do you usually play?
Well, you like to work very fast. I usually like to stun this field. I notice when you duel, you just like to go at it. I don't. I like the security of knowing that my opponent can't do anything. I like to shove them in a corner and beat them while they're down.
So you're more of the slow and steady, and you're kind of the person, to quote another good channel that I definitely stay in touch with. Bayou Enthusiast once said, you didn't draw bad. I just stopped everything you did. And that's kind of your motto with that one.
Oh yes, definitely.
All right. Now that being said, you are a fan of plants, and you don't necessarily like the overall, plant synchro, dandelion, glow up bulb, all that stuff. And it's out of our budget anyway,
Yeah.
Glow up bulb's, freaking $54. That's too much.
Yeah, I like to kind of work with a deck that I can afford.
I understand that, and coming from the same regard. So, I have here our very first deck profile. Actually, we're going to be doing Dark Nephtys' Naturia budget build. Keep that in mind, please. So she's doing the best that she can with what she has. I believe we're actually looking at 45 cards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And we're going to work on that, or you like the way it is right now?
I like the way it is right now.
45, that's a little bit less than 2% percentages, but let's just get it started with that. First up, the monsters.
Right now we have 3 cherries. You can't really run one. Since one's destroyed, it can bring up to 2 more. So we have that. In addition, we have 3 bamboo shoots. Basic trick. Everybody hates this little guy. Stops all traps and spells from being activated. Doesn't really do much for anything that's continuously activated. So my goal is to get him out on the field as fast as possible. Running 3 Cyber Valleys. Don't really need explanation for that. We kind of know what he already does.
I believe you meant Cyber
Dragon.
That was cute.
We are running 2 Strawberries, basically because every time you special summon or normal summon a monster, I can target it, gains 100 per its level. It starts at 1600, basically raise up from that. So it basically buffs up its own attack every time somebody summons, and it only stays for that for its turn.
So it basically makes a good one-turn beater.
Yes.
Alright.
Pumpkin, normal summon, opponent has a monster on the field, I can instantly get another Naturia monster out of my hand. So if I have a tuner in my hand, like let's say Butterfly, that's 3-star tuner, 7-star, that's Red Dragon Archfiend, or that Stardust right there. No.
Black Rose?
Black Rose. I can't count.
No.
Oh my gosh. We have 2 Dragonflies. Basically, because this deck is supposed to work fast, and with Pumpkin and with the cherries, that's more synchro summoning, so synchro material is going to be into the graveyard, and Dragonfly buffers with every Naturia monster within my graveyard, and it can't be destroyed by a monster with 2,000 or more attack, so it gets stuck on the field if my opponent has a lot of boss monsters on there. 2 Butterflies, 3-star tuner, negates an attack if I mill the top card from my deck, and this only happens once per turn, unfortunately.
But it's still really good for an opening tuner.
2 Beans, I don't run a Naturia deck without these little suckers. Put them face down, defense mode, and basically anyone that attacks it's going to have to attack it again. And every time it's targeted while face up, my opponent, it will take 500 damage automatically.
So they take 1,000 just trying to get through this fucker.
Well, yeah, if they don't get rid of it the first time. 2 Cosmo Beats, special summon my opponent normal, summons or sets a monster. It works really well, especially if I have a bamboo shoot in my hand. I can summon Cosmo Beat on their turn, and then I can summon Naturia bamboo shoot during my next turn, which ultimately stuns the field very immediately.
Not to mention it's a free 2-star tuner.
True. Running 2 Mosquitoes basically works in conjunction with Beans. Since Beans can't be destroyed once per turn and it only has 100 attack, these guys can be very hard to get rid of when you have a lot of boss monsters on the field, especially if there are 2 Mosquitoes, because their effect just kind of links and you can't really select them as an attack target.
Not to mention the primary reason for running these suckers is that for every Naturia monster, whenever they attack an opponent's monster, all the battle damage that she would have taken goes instead to you. So I remember one incident where she took her beans and mosquito and rammed the beans into a 5-headed dragon for game. That was cute.
Cute.
Well, it was.
And then Spore, another tuner, send him to the graveyard.
It's Spore.
Yeah.
Lone Fire.
Bring
it's Lone
that,
Fire.
Yeah. Gigaplant.
It's motherfucking Gigaplant. And of course,
Dandelion.
it's adorable. Look at it. It's freaking dandelion. Now for the spells.
3 mystical space typhoons. I hate back row. That's probably why I run 3 bamboo shoots. I just hate back row. I want to get rid of all of them.
Oh, speaking of which,
And then Heavy Storm. Bye bye. Using Smashing Ground and Hammer Shot mostly to get rid of monsters. I was going to run 2 Smashing Grounds, but I only have 1. So Hammer Shot's kind of just like standstill.
Alright.
Dark Hole.
It's Dark Hole.
Reasoning. Our
it's
team
the team
card.
It's one of the most useful limited cards actually that people really don't see coming. It's just something that the 3 of us usually run. We don't see it anywhere else around here in our locals. It's just something that we are running as our signature thing. That's just our card to run. If you don't know what this card does, read it. It's really good for synchro decks because you don't know what the hell's going to pop up. Neither does your opponent. Not so good for XYZs because by round 2 they're going to expect level 4s or level 3s or whatever the case. But read this card. Really good. There's no reason not to run this, really. It's basically a free monster.
It's not going to be much of a team card. Everyone's going to start running it now.
Not really. They're still going to stick to what they always know. Monster Reborn. Foolish.
Burial, you know, Dandelion, whatever we can find. 7 tools. Yeah. Polynosis mostly stops summons.
Not to mention she doesn't have any solemn warnings. Yeah, we're going to go work on those, though. Go pick up some tins, get her some supers. And then
Call the Haunted, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force,
and
Wall of Thorns, Plants Mirror Force.
So that has been... Oh, of course. How could I possibly forget? And a quick little preview of our extra deck. Got an Naturia Beast, Queen of Thorns, Splendid Rose, Naturia Barkion, Landois, Double Black Rose, Stardust, Archfiend, and Leo Drake. 10 cards. We're working on getting her some more than Naturia Synchros, like another Barkion or 2, and a Beast. If anyone could, message us and let us know if you want any trades, anything you're looking for, that'd be great. This has been great doing this. Dark Samorg and Dark Nephtys signing out with the Naturia deck profile and our introductions. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Seriously, subscribe. Oh, please, really, subscribe.
Actually,